Simulating foliage is one of the more challenging topics in computer graphics. It really would be a big project if you had to model an entire shrubbery, for example. To save time and rendering time, we can simulate a shrub by scattering a bunch of leaves within a volume. Or we can use particle flow to emit leaves within a volume. And I'll show you both techniques. Particle flow generally gives a more convincing result, but it's only available in Max. Scatter is available in Max and Viz, and that's what I'll show you in this video. Open the leaf sample file. It has a plane that I've mapped a leaf onto using an opacity map to hide the background. In the top viewport, create a sphere, and this will represent the volume that we will scatter the leaf within. Zoom extents all and scale the sphere down non-uniformly to create an area, or volume that is, where the shrub will exist. Then select the leaf, go to Create Geometry, Compound Objects, Scatter, and then pick the distribution object by clicking on the sphere. You can now delete the sphere if you like. You can still see a sphere in the viewport because the leaf object has subsumed the sphere into itself. It's using that sphere as a distribution object. Scroll down to the bottom of the panel and hide the distribution object. Now you'll see the single leaf. And go back up. By default, that leaf will have to be perpendicular to the sphere's surface. So uncheck that, and the leaf will be vertical again. Increase the number of duplicates to 100, and you'll start to see more leaves. You may have to move the leaves up above the ground. At this point, all of the leaves are oriented in the same way, and they all have the same scale. Down here you can control how you're going to distribute the leaves. Let's choose volume. It's just a different algorithm for spreading them out. We can set the base scale. If we want to make them a little bit smaller, we can do that. I'll leave it at 100%. Vertex chaos will make each one of the planes a little bit different. I'll set that at 0.65. And then down here there's a transforms rollout that allows you to rotate the individual leaves. I'll use the maximum range, and what that does is lock all three axes together, and I'll set the rotation angle at 30 degrees. This will give the leaves a more scattered appearance. You can also translate or move the leaves, that is, within the volume or on the face of the surface. And you can scale the leaves. I'll scale them all 30%, so there's a 30% variation now. So up near the top you can set the number of duplicates. I'll set it to 1,000. We start to have something that's more like a mass of shrubbery. And you just have to experiment with the parameters to get this mass looking the way that you want it to. I'll turn on active shade and we can get a vision of how this might look when it's rendered. Just need to increase the duplicates to create more vegetative mass. And as I do that, you'll notice that it does take longer to render, of course.